What it do, what it do, what it do, good people. Coming to you live from Tez TV. Oh, we got a special one. Yeah, we got a special show right now, baby. Yes, indeed. We got a nice little panel right now. And this is let me give y'all a little drop, a little drop. Now, for for y'all that been following what been going on, we had a conversation the other day, and it was about reclassification, prep school, and do kids is it a good thing, a bad thing? We had a great conversation. However, this part two of the conversation, we got the likes of Keith Jennifer chiming in, Derek Snowden chiming in, and Reggie Bryant chiming in. All high D1 players. Well, listen. Let me tell you this. Top 50 players in high school. These the guys that we talking to right now. However, they like to chime in. What's going on, fellas?
What it do?
Hey now.
Then,
How everybody doing out there? Welcome to the world.
yes,
Mornings and blessings to you all.
yes, indeed. Now, fellas, I ain't gonna do a whole lot of talking. I ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying. Y'all heard what I had to say last time. Now, I mean, I interject and I give my stance, but how y'all feel about the reclassification and the reclassification and kids and parents? How about that? Because we can go all types of ways with this. Is reclassification and reclassification and what's the thing you said, Keefe? Reclassification and going to prep
In the
school
prep school.
and going to prep school, is it the same thing? You know what I'm saying? Was that the question we were talking?
Yeah. I mean, during the little segment y'all did, it was like that was one asking, is it like the same thing? And they all said, I personally think it's not. You know what I mean? Because like I was saying, you went prep, Reg, you went prep, and we all went prep for different reasons. You feel what I'm saying?
Facts.
So,
Right.
right. So what I'm saying is, and I know for the same one of y'all, both of y'all, we ain't go prep to get no bigger looks or to get stronger. You know what I'm saying? Or that we went because of grade wise. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So right there, that throwing out the picture can't be the same thing as reclassifying because these people was reclassifying in the second, third grade. You know what I'm saying? But I'm for it if it makes sense though. But it ain't making sense for a lot of them right now though. I'm looking at this; they just older. You know what I'm saying? That's why they being a little bit. Then they get the reality. They getting their little ass bust when they get to somebody their age. You know what I mean? They just
It'd have been a lot more All-Americans if we was doing reclassification. You know what I'm saying? Because that extra year just help you out.
Now, true. Now, I went to prep school. Now, I needed more. I needed more looks. Now, I had all the local schools. And as far as academics wise, however, in my head at this time, I wasn't going no local schools. So it wasn't like I ain't had no scholarships, but I didn't want to stay. I didn't want to stay in Baltimore or in the area. So and I ain't had my score. So I had to do prep school. Now, I come from a city school. Y'all went to Catholic school. However, I wasn't nowhere near ready. I wasn't nowhere near ready. Now I'm about to take it to Derek. I'm about to take it. Listen, I'm about to say this something to Derek because his school, Spalding, is a good school. Not saying Towson Catholic and Calvin Hall, not. You know what I'm saying? However, what was the things that Spalding did that keep you on track that you was that you was eligible going into Villanova?
First of all, it was like your coaches really got to be the ones that understand how that game works. That's the most important thing. And we had Tony Martin and Coach Mike Glick, along with Coach Pratt, who's up at Spalding now. They really understood the curriculum system. So throughout our tenure at Spalding, they was always making sure that we were taking classes that were like equal up to like scoring points toward your core GPA for your colleges. So by the time I was a sophomore, like I had enough grades set up aside to where all I really needed was like 1100 on the SAT. By the time I was a sophomore, which is, I mean, it sounds like a lot, but shoot, it wasn't too much considering. And then it's like,
trying to get an 820, but go ahead. We're struggling to get an 820, but go ahead.
So, that's what happened. And then from my sophomore to junior year, what they did with me was instead of giving me like you just random classes to take, they actually kept giving me core classes. So I used to always complain, like, man, I keep taking like all these different history and AP courses every year, like, you know what I mean? But it actually helped because by the time I was a junior, I ain't need nothing but a 9 something on my SAT, like a 910 to qualify. And I had took the SAT 3 times going into my junior year. So that's why I was able to commit early. You know what I mean? It's like your coaches really got to understand how it works. Now, some coaches do, and they're not really concerned about like the whole, like that whole overall GPA thing, because in their minds, like you said, they thinking more like most of our players going to reclassify, most of our kids going to try to go to prep school. You know what I mean? Some programs run it a certain way as their kids come out. So for us, that's what was the key, and it actually helped out a lot of our players. Like a lot of our players back then, had the opportunity to go on and play college, whether it was D1 to, mid-major to D3.
No, we do.
See, the thing about me, when I had to go, I had to, they put me under investigation.
Mm-hmm. This is Reggie Bryant, y'all.
Because I score higher on my SAT. It jumped from like 200, and they were saying how it jumped from 200 points, basically. So they put me on investigation, and I scored higher. The next time I took it, I actually got like 1190, something like that.
Damn.
But I took the SAT probably like 6 times.
Okay.
So I knew the test inside and out, really.
Yeah, I took it. I ain't gonna lie. I took it 4 or 5 too. By the third time it is, you kind of. But luckily, like you said, like we went to a school who did that. I know some people. Some people probably to this day right now with the SAT or whatever they using, they haven't even taken it yet.
I took it 3 times and got 920.
Like they'd be a senior.
I took it 3 times too.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's good. You know what I mean? Like I think the more times you could take it, the better. And then you could. I don't know if it's still the same. You could use the scores from each side. Like
that's what
you can. As soon as you can start taking it, that's when I was taking it.
Now, Keith,
the first one I remember going to take it.
Hold on, though. It was hard for us to get qualified. I ain't gonna say qualified in the Catholic. Let me tell you this, Ted. You got 3 Catholic League players right here. Bam. Okay. All right, put it like this. In the city schools, y'all was what? 60 to 70 was a what?
That was passing. 60 was passing.
Exactly. That wasn't going over there in the Catholic school. All right, put it like this. A 77 to an 83 or 84 was a C. A 83 to like a 90 or something like that was a B. And then everything else above that was an A.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get to that clearinghouse shit, they go by some up.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that used to make ours hard right there too, because we might got an 80 that would be a B over there with y'all, but it's a C.
It my GPA down.
Oh,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like if they needed to come up with one format that go for both Catholic and Baltimore for that clearinghouse stuff at that time, thing would have been different. But go ahead.
It brought my GPA. I think I had probably like a 2.5, but I was getting 90s, but I was getting B.
Now, Reg,
exactly.
what type courses? What type courses you was taking up Calvin Hall?
Man, we was taking everything. We was taking SAT prep, a lot of calculus, science. Our science division is all the chain. Math, I struggled with math, but I had calculus, I had calculus, I had algebra, I had algebra 2.
So what? So why you go to prep school
Like,
then? I mean, I know why you went, but tell the people, why did you go to prep school?
because I was still under investigation because I scored higher on my SAT.
All right, now another question I had to ask: do you feel as though you think? I mean, take out the SAT. Did you at that time? Did you think about reclassifying?
No, I was trying to. I had signed with American.
Mm-hmm. No, even in high school before you even all right, because you signed with American. No, because going to prep school, you basically gone to college. If you're gonna be class at that during that time in the 9th and 10th grade, you try to be ranked to get other schools to get high, get more looks, get higher looks. So did that ever come
That
across your
came
mind?
with it though.
Did that ever
Yeah,
come?
it did.
Mm-hmm.
It did. You know what I mean? I thought about it. You know what I mean? Playing in the tougher division, for the prep school. You know what I mean? You needed an area. It's like you starting all over. So to be successful coming out of there, it just boomeranged everything. It was like the summer I got the championship, the winter I got the championship, on to college.
Mm-hmm.
It was like bam, bam, bam.
Right. Right. Everything started moving fast. Now, Keefe, you went down to Hargrave. Now, even before you went down to Hargrave, did you ever think about reclassifying? Like, you know what? I'm gonna stick around with Mello and them. With Don now.
No, but why though? But why do that though? I mean, no, I ain't never think that ever in life. If I had my grades then, I would have went straight to college, right there, out of high school, out of TC. Like I told you, I ain't even graduate from TC either.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? Like it was like I had to fail English 12 because my grades wasn't bad. It just was those, like Reg was saying, we had 90s, but that still was a B over there.
Right.
So we needed that to be an A. But I was just there. I couldn't get the SAT, couldn't get the proper score on that little sliding scale shit. So
now let me ask you this: how you feel about? I mean, matter of fact, tell the people your stance, your position on this reclassification, because we didn't even get it. That's the topic of the show. So tell the people your position and how you feel about the reclass and the prep school. You go ahead. You start first, Keith, and then Derek, you follow.
Cool. I'm gonna keep it short and simple though. But the reclass thing, like I said, it gotta make sense. If you got a kid who age like falls a little, they early and they a little bit ahead, you know what I'm saying? Like they got time, like age wise, I think it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But other than that, why are you doing that? Let it play out. Let them see what's going on. You know what I mean? Let it play out. If it don't go the way you think, take the prep school route. You know what I mean? You go to prep school, sharpen your tools another year, just so you can still have 4 years of eligibility. Now, if you ain't worrying about the eligibility thing, I guess take the JUCO route, but then take the prep though. But let it play out, because all that reclass thing, man, is just some of it is a waste of time, bro. Like you could have been a year in college versus you thought that year was going to work, but it didn't. You feel what I'm saying? You still at the same level as you probably would have been if you didn't reclass.
Now let me throw this at you real quick before you continue. Now, when I'm listening to you talk, it sounds like, because we talking about the kids now, but it sounds like you still got the perspective like back in our time. And I don't like to keep saying back in our time because we ain't ancient. However, we made our decisions. You know what I'm saying? We did that. Now you have these parents You know what I'm saying? Now you speak to the parents that like speak to the parents about them need to know what do they want out this out what's their end game, what's their goal if they on reclass. Uh, um, yeah, what are they trying to get out? Are they just trying to get a free education? Is they trying to better they kid chances to go pro? You know, yeah, talk to me about that a little bit. Because you're speaking to the parents
Man,
now. You know what I'm saying? The parents more hand on today than our parents was. Well, not yours, Keith, but you know what I mean? And yours, Reg. I was there. But still, at that point, no. I'm talking about the ins and outs. The support is different from knowing what's going on. You get what I'm saying?
right.
Them the people cheering. That's two different things. So I'm gonna throw y'all back into the boat. So go ahead, continue on. Talk to the parents on you what you think today.
I think like you said, like we talking about today, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, okay. Just like it is, most of the parents now is what? Our age,
Mm-hmm.
maybe a little older.
Right.
So basically they see what we seeing right now, man. The shit is really a business right now. So it's like I think it's either they trying to put them in a better position, not only for them, but for them too, like jobs wise. Um, there's more people trying to get into the game now because they see the money side of it now. Like just like we all see it now. You know what I'm saying? Like if we all like if I can go back in, I would have got in coaching, being a referee or some shit now. Like these kids better look at shit like that because them referees is getting fucking paid. They
Mm-hmm.
get it. Um and some of them just trying to chase their old dreams though. You know what I'm saying? Like it's either that side of it. They either trying to get a free education, and like you said, better their chances of going pro but all of them not going pro, that's what they gotta be realistically about though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I understand that that's the goal when we all picked up that basketball. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. That's the goal. But sometimes you gotta be realistically with yourself. You just gotta be glad that your child is playing this sport. You know what I'm saying? And you're not forcing them to. Yeah, that's what
you know what I mean. That's a healthy. That's a big part of it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, if you're not healthy, how can you compete at that same level?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know what I mean? A lot of times I wasn't healthy. You know what I mean? I was hurt, injured, probably need to rest in practice and play only in games, and I was pushing it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't listening to my body.
Man.
Right.
Now,
basically saying listen to your body early.
Now,
That's
Doc, what would you say to a parent that you may have a coach continue to listen. Your kid need to go to prep school. You need to go to prep school. You need to go to prep school. I got him. Let me ask you this: Should a parent put so much control and be so loyal to AAU coaches these days?
Well, to me, to be honest with you, it seemed like the AAU programs these days run everything. I just compared to when we were playing. So they have a huge influence on a lot of things, in my opinion, from, where some of these kids are going to high school to potentially where some of these kids are going to college. And as you see for some kids in Baltimore, it even trickle all the way up to the NBA for certain kids now that's in the league now. So, I mean, the AAU programs are very, very strong. But, the thing is, it's like two sides to the basketball that we always talk about. You know what I'm saying? And, once you start doing certain things and start talking business, with certain people as you go up in basketball, I think the criteria end up changing for a lot of players and their families. So, somebody like myself, the criteria was definitely go to the NBA. But I mean, it wasn't like in high school we was having any conversational talks about me trying to get to the NBA. Like it was just literally purely we talking about trying to get to college right now. That was everybody's focus, from this coaching staff to like, my family and my parents. So it's a little different. As far as the reclassification, I feel like, with that type of stuff, it definitely should be a positive, but like Kiwi was saying, it could hurt a lot of players. I think you got to realize what a reclassification is, and parents and stuff need to realize like if your child reclassifies and things don't work out, it's really difficult even more after that. So with the reclassification, I feel like if you reclassifying because, hey, okay, like you need better grades to get to a higher school, you got a situation like, I could understand that. But there are players now who reclassifying because they're not getting minutes at their schools. You know what I mean? Like they're at their school as like, I don't know, usually a freshman on the varsity, thinking they was going to be, playing a lot of minutes. Wasn't really as good as he thought he was to play varsity. So, he coming off the bench. And that kid, because, his parents feel a certain way, in fact, they're like, he didn't play a lot his freshman year and this, that, and the third, that kid might reclassify. So I feel like, in some instances, a child won't really be as good as they say or think they are. So I think like what Keithy said, like in every situation, you got to have people around them situations that's being at the same time optimistic but realistic too. That you have to tell them like the truth. And I feel like a lot of times certain kids at certain levels because of like their abilities, if you're not smart,
let me ask you this. What message do you think? What message does that send to the kid if the parent keep transferring them from different schools? Like basically, like you skipping bumps, right? Like
I mean,
until
you
you
could
making
look at
it,
it like that,
or you making it, you try to make it easy.
Yeah, I mean, you could look at it like that too, like you try to make it easy. But I just feel like if that's all expectation, right? Like, at every school we went to, there was expectations of what you thought you was going to do and what the coaches thought you was going to do. And if those expectations can't be met in the middle, for whatever reason, those kids end up leaving, right? So it's like, it's your expectation as well. Some people's expectations are a lot more higher than the reality of the situation. Like a parent will be like, hey, I want you to go here. They ain't got nobody on the team. You could go here and start. And then you go through that process of transferring and reclassifying. And then little do you know, once you get over there, it's not really what it seems. It's not, so it's like, I feel like, and two, it's harder. If you keep moving around, it's very hard to say like you always got to make changes if that makes sense. Like like you want to. In my mind, it was like you want to try to stay in the same area and play for the same team because like if you don't going through high school, you got to make it. Like y'all transferred a lot. Like there was a lot of changes that y'all went through because every year when y'all went to another school, you had to learn certain things totally different.
To TC?
Yeah, just in general, like, because you had to like learn their curriculum. You know what I mean? Like, but for me, that would have been probably too much in high school. Like, I would have been, it'd have been hard for me to go to this school and then relearn go to that school. Like, that's stressing in of itself when you think back now. But going through situations, the kids' mindset, they want to play and they think they good. They want to get out there. They want to show their talent and their ability. But the reality of it is, like, you got to be real with your parents too. Like, a lot of people, to be honest with you, they let their parents involved when they fail. Like when you don't have a good game, you go home to your parents and start complaining to your parents about all the stuff that the coaches there are on the play, as opposed to like when you go home, you talking to your father, your mother, or your coach, and they talking about directly what you was doing wrong and your mistakes. So I feel like a lot of times that play a huge role in like, people reclassifying and changing situations, but that's the world we live in now.
Yeah, that's what
you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Keith. What you was about
that's
to say?
We live in.
No, that's why I was saying now that we talk, now we know what's going on now. It just gotta make sense, man. Just don't be doing it for nothing, man. Just, I'm gonna reclass my son. He got 5 rebounds the other day. I think I'm gonna reclass him. He's 12 years old. Dang, I just had 5 rebounds. Take it easy. Let it play out.
Let him.
Now, Reg, take us out of here. You got the last statement, Reg.
All right. Well, what I think, let it play out. Let him grow. By the time they get to a certain point, when you think about reclassifying or having another year, you gotta think, later on. You can't be doing it too early. Because you might be.
Go ahead, Ray. No, go ahead. Hey, tell me this. All of us played varsity as freshmen, right? All of us?
No. Me and Reg played JV. We played each other. JV, freshman year.
Okay, that's cool. What I'm saying is,
and we both transferred, so we not about anti-transferring because me and Reg we transferred in high school and college. So go and rec ball. Go ahead, keep going.
Right, 10th grade is the year right there. If 10th grade you ain't in a rotation on varsity or just whatever, then you might need to go ahead and rethink about a different route. Now you might, like you might have to take a look at yourself. 10th grade is separate. All them rankings, high school rankings, and all that shit nothing don't count really until 10th grade. That's when that's like the turning point. It got to be either you either gonna work your way in that or somebody else coming in or whatever going on. Just like college.
10th grade is when I went against Mark. 10th grade is when I had to play Mark.
Right.
And it clicked after that.
What did you was out there playing a grown man? Everything else clicked. Did you say I'm out here playing a grown man? You said I'm out here playing a grown man?
I mean, he wanted to take your heart, yo. He wanted to take your heart, and he wasn't going to take my heart. So, you know what I'm saying? Everything was taken. Because I ain't give up shit.
Now, look. See, that's about to be another episode, y'all. Listen, y'all. Listen, keep tuning in. This was just a session. Coming live from Ted's TV. Holla.